What's up, DTLR Nation? It's the pretty girl, Tiara LaNiece, coming to you live from the Puma studio on this Fresh Friday. And you already know I like to introduce you to new music and new artists. These guys aren't that new, but what they're doing right now as a duo is, please introduce yourself to DTLR Nation.
It's Hands Up, Michael Jr. and Mighty Mark, bringing that Baltimore sound across the world. Let's go.
That's all you gonna say? That's all you gonna say?
No, we here. Hands Up is definitely very, very real. High quality club music.
Okay, cool. So we in here, and we're gonna make some things happen. First, I gotta talk about how did you guys get started?
Okay. Well, myself, Mighty Mark, and Michael Jr., we were individually doing our things. I was DJing, producing club music. Michael Jr. producing and engineering for some of the top artists around the city. And we decided to put our talents together about a year or so ago to create this new supergroup, Hands Up, and bring this Baltimore sound to the people at the highest quality and try to push this sound further out in the world because we felt like it was lacking. We didn't want our culture to die. So we really pushing it to the urban markets and basically everywhere beyond.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Recognize, like, kind of at this point, Baltimore as a whole, even though we do have a true identity, we don't really recognize it. So, I mean, as a collective, kind of what we want to do as Hands Up is really bring our identity to the forefront instead of having people come in and just heavily borrow our sound and our culture and then just use it for theirs. And here we kind of just get lax because it's something that we've heard for so long, you know, especially with club music and the sound. But we as a whole feel like this is definitely our way of really showing the world who we are. Definitely in a real good light. So Hands Up is here.
So when you say heavily borrow your sound, like, do you say people are taking pieces from Baltimore Club and using it and actually, you know, like making it off of our sound?
Yeah. I mean, and just straight up, no chaser, like, this is definitely a sound that the world has just taken. And a lot of times, I mean, you know, people like to just take different cultures and things like that, especially when they get on bigger platforms and they kind of run out of ideas, that they like to go in to different cultures and just try to take stuff and then turn around and call it their own. You know, which is a part of the thing, because at the end of the day, the sound, regardless of if we claim it or not, is going to happen, whether we like the way it's happening or not. So what we want to do is, as a true Baltimoreans with our sound, we want to actually claim our identity. Because, I mean, I've been in studios with these guys, you know what I'm saying, at some of your favorite artists and stuff like that, and, you know, a lot of the context will be like, Baltimore doesn't have an identity. We don't have a sound. And I'm like, what do you mean?
And I was about to say that. Yeah. Like, do you believe that the reason that other cities or other artists from other areas pick up the sound is because we aren't really claiming it?
Yeah.
Like, you believe that?
No, 100%. Definitely believe that. Like, it's one of those things where people are not really going to ask permission to do something that's dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, if y'all ain't doing it,
right,
I'm going to do it because I see the potential in it. If you ain't doing it, that's not my fault.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of them things where, you know, we recognize that issue per se, but it's like, you know, at the end of the day, it's still one of those things where nobody can do it like us. Nobody's going to have the ability to really expand and explore the sound like us. So why not step up to the plate and be what we want to see in the world instead of, you know, kind of sitting back and just watching the thing fold out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what we had the opportunity to do right now. So, you know, Hands Up, that's definitely our main goal.
And yeah. I definitely agree with y'all. I want to get into one of the records, but first I have to ask about last night's event at the Crown. Like, so you guys are developing a new event, or what I would say, a party scene in which Baltimore has always been familiar with. Like, what made you guys come up with that, and let everybody know the name and, you know, the concept behind what you guys are doing?
Well, every last Thursday at the Crown, I'm curating an event called Rock Off Shake Off, along with TT the artist and Unique, who runs the Bmore Dance organization.
Okay.
So what we're doing is, in the recent years, club music has gone back underground. So you got the urban club music scene, you got hipsters who like club music, and what we're trying to do is bring some of them urban DJs into the hipster scene and mix them up with the hipster DJs, just having everybody party in one spot in a safe environment. It ain't about if you got like $500 shoes on or True Religions.
Yeah, it's a real party.
Right. You can just go to DTLR, cop a Lux tee, cop some Jordans, come to the. You don't even gotta wear Jordans. You can just wear.
You can get some Converse or something slight.
Yeah, or some Pumas. You can
Yeah.
come. You can come how you like. Just party and have fun. And the next two events, the next one we have a legendary DJ in Baltimore, DJ Booman, and the last one we got DJ Class, who's famous from I'm the Ish as well, which is one of the biggest club music hits ever as well. So it's definitely a real important event for the culture. And if you want to experience club music and you're here in Baltimore, because I know we have listeners in other states, or if you passing through the state, this event will be held the last Thursday at the Crown. It's 1910 North Charles Street, and the price is $8 before actually $10 after, and prepared to get sweaty when you come out.
Yeah, definitely. And the drink specials are, listen, you don't have to buy a bottle to be at this party. I've actually enjoyed it last month. I missed it last night because I was trying to get cute for this interview, but don't worry about that. Listen, let's go ahead and introduce one of the records off of Hands Up, whichever one you guys want to introduce first, and then we're going to come back.
I think we rock with Superstar.
Okay.
Featuring actually Corey Little and Lil JR. They've been playing this song on local stations as well, and it's been getting a lot of buzz. So let's check it out. Superstar, Hands Up, featuring Corey Little and Lil JR. Let's go.
All right, DTLR Nation, that was just Superstar. I got the Hands Up crew in here, Mighty Mark and my man Michael JR. That joint was who again?
That was actually Hands Up featuring Corey Little and Lil JR.
All right.
Correction.
That's crazy, Corey Little and Lord J. So is Lord spelled Lor?
Definitely.
I'm tired of Baltimore right now. We're keeping it too real. But listen, tell us about the making of not only the track, but why did you choose those two specific artists?
Well, in terms of the making of the track, it's definitely one of those records that we wanted to have the old feeling of a lot of the old records that we grown up to love, and to just bringing it into that new sound and showing people how you can rap in 2016 on club music inspired records. So that was a lot of the creative goals in terms of that record, and it just feels good. It's dope because you got trap music and club music, a little bit of R&B flavor, but all blessed into one. You know what I'm saying? And you can party to a record like this at a festival, or you can vibe to it in a club. You can vibe to it just listening to it anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real icy hook. Lil JR on the hook, that's actually kind of like an alter ego that, we're kind of working with, which is kind of slick. And then we got Corey Little, which is one of the dopest artists from Cherry Hill. He's been doing this thing for a long time, and we had to get him on this record to really show out. So he did his thing, he delivered, and he's repping like the best way you can do it, and just kind of showing everyone this is our sound and this is how we do it at the highest level. You know what I'm saying? So like, we can compete with the industry and be like, yeah, look, this is what we do. You know what I'm saying? And this is what it sounds like. So get with it. You know what I'm saying? So that was a lot of the creative process with that record.
Okay. If it was made in the kitchen in which it was actually curated, this is the way it was at.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you do it. You mix it here, you do a little bit of ingredient. Yep, this is how you do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So speaking of repping, you guys have been doing a lot. City Paper has interviewed you guys. Talk about that. Like, how does that feel to actually be recognized by a paper in your own city?
Well, it's definitely pretty dope, especially when it's such a new actually project. Sometimes you want to put a new project out, but like, I don't know if they're gonna cover it. Is it because we got a name, or do you got a name or not? Even though I've personally solo have been in the paper before, this is probably one of my proudest times being in the paper, because I get to collab with someone and see them in the paper too.
Okay.
Like, I'm more happy when I see someone else that I'm working with get the press more than my actually self. And it's a fresh new project, and it sounds different than anything that I have done. And I'm definitely extremely proud that they dedicated a whole feature. The interviewer came to one of our parties at the Crown. So I'm extremely proud. I'm just sharing it on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and hopefully it's the start of something new, because you got to think, the city papers all around the city, thousands and thousands of papers. So hopefully some people pick that up, read it, go on, not even they don't buy the songs, listen to the song, like, oh, I thought club music was falling off or something. This Baltimore sound, I like this song. Let me call in the DTLR radio. Let me request this song. Let me go on Spotify and stream it a lot of times. So that's the city paper was a definitely a big deal, and actually being able to play in certain spots that's been open for us to play. We played at actually Artscape for this thing called the Bmore Club, where we got to come. The premise is they come and they bring different producers play their beats, and MCs randomly rap over the beats.
Okay.
And they don't know what the productions are. And it was at the John Hopkins stage for Artscape, one of the biggest stages down there. And other people have their trap beats and have their hip hop J Dilla-esque beats. And when club beats came on, the whole crowd just went crazy, and rappers had their rhymes in their head, and they thought they was gonna hop on a rap. But then, oh shoot, it's a club beat.
Shake it up a little bit.
They had to shake it up. But it happened to be one of the standout performances from Artscape, us and the artists and them rapping over the club beat. So like the city been showing love, man. We gonna keep on showing love back and keep this sound going.
All right, speaking of keeping the sound going, let's introduce this new joint with my girl, Miss Jackson. Go ahead and introduce that to DTLR Nation.
This new song is Hands Up featuring Mr. Jackson, Free. Go check that out.
Yeah. All right, cool. Another joint. Like I said, my girl, Miss Jackson on there. Worked with Miss Jackson years ago, back in the DMV Jams days. And she's been singing and doing her thing for a while. She's a comedian. Like, when I saw her do that at the Alpha Female show, I was like, you should tell jokes. Like, this is what you should do. But tell me, how was it like working with her? And what other artists have you guys worked with on the Hands Up project?
Well, working with Miss Jackson was pretty dope. She actually came to me with an idea for a song that wasn't around, like wasn't where Free was now. Me had started making a track at my house in South Baltimore, and they had kind of more like a real dark vibe. But then Mike heard it and like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. I was just sitting on my hard drive, and we started to amp it up and make it more brighter. And him and Miss Jackson wrote another verse. And by the time we finished it, it was one of our favorite tracks, if not our favorite track off the project. Also on the project, we work with TT the artist, Coy Little that we mentioned before, and one of my artists, Mike Zome. So Mike Zome is on the track King. We have TT the artist on Blaze the Floor, more festival ready club music. We have Free featuring Miss Jackson that you just heard, and we have Superstar featuring Coy Little. So we tried to touch the trap, something that the guys can rock to, the Free, something that's open and bright. Blaze the Floor, that underground hipster vibe, and King is just a quintessential raw Baltimore club track. We try to hit every basis like in 4 tracks.
All right. So, I mean, that makes complete sense to me. A lot of people talk about club music and house music and how free it is. Do you guys, as producers, allow your artists to be free on these records, or, it's like bring it back?
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. Like that's the advantage of music. You know what I'm saying? Like the real essence of true music is that there's no rule book.
Okay.
So you shouldn't be feeling like you need to be in a box. I know for myself creatively, I like to try to explore every avenue. And with club music, there is definitely no rule book.
Right.
So we can do whatever we want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I feel like having the opportunity to just come in and just truly express yourself, truly give it everything that you have with the music. That's what we want. That's what we definitely want anybody to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's been great working with the artists that we have been, because they've been willing to try it. They've been willing to, like really go, and then the product, the end result that we came out with has been great. So. And
speaking of the end result with this project, what type of audience are you guys trying to draw in?
I mean, we want to draw in the world of audience that's been there, like that loves club music. You know what I'm saying? Like club music has been popular around the world. I remember talking just in other countries, just in other cultures and everything like that. People love the true essence of club music. They know where it comes from. You know what I'm saying? And like they understand, where it's at now and everything like that. And regardless of who's authoring it, they love the sound.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So like in terms of, what we are trying to reach is those outside of here that want to really delve into the sound that we've
so if Baltimore has a sound, what is it? Like that's who y'all want to bring in.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like exactly. And that's just in terms of not even just necessarily just Baltimore, but just the folks that love this sound. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, folks from all across the country, all across the world that love to dance, that love to get up and have a good time. I mean, this is music you can work out to. This is like for your urban culture, your people that want to like kind of dive in, you know what I'm saying, along with the suburban culture and everything like that. Folks that really love a new sound, new vibes and everything like that. That's what we're trying to bring in. And it's a world
It's
of
definitely
audience out here.
a big,
Like,
big
yeah,
world out
it's
here.
a big world of audience out here for club music, and there's so much potential with it. So that's who we're trying to bring in, you know what I'm saying? And bring in to our sound, to our culture, to how we live here, to how we eat here, everything day to day, just to how we get down when it comes to this music. You know what I'm saying? So we with it.
Very, very simple. Laid it out for me, flat.
Yeah.
So you guys are producers.
Yes.
You've loved club music for years. Who are some of your favorite DJs, producers on the club scene?
Man, stop
I want to
playing
know.
with me. Yeah.
No, I want to know.
Nah, I know. Like, you know,
Just name two. Just name two.
Oh, just name two?
Yeah.
I mean, to just name two, I would probably say Raw Lee and Black Star.
Okay. You, Mighty Mark. Who?
If I would name two, he already named Black, so I would name KW Griff and DJ Class. That's
Okay.
who I would
All
name.
right. Then that's a strong four. All right. So 5. Okay. I'm just trying to get my basketball together. It's usually 5 on the floor at a time. All right. I need 2 more. So I need a 5th man and then I need a sub.
Six
So
man,
you got
yeah.
one. You got one and you got one.
Shoot. 5th man, I'd probably say Lil J.
All right. You, Mark, with the sub.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I'm just trying
that's a
to help
real-
y'all win the game. You
Yeah,
feel me?
that's
You
a
need a
real-
sub. You
yeah.
need one. Because somebody gets tired. If somebody on the floor,
This is no particular order.
in no particular order, and we not purposely leaving anybody out.
If I would do a sub, I would say someone that I think was overlooked, what was making stuff right around, like that's really bubbling right before Swift passed. I would say What.
Okay.
I would say Say
All
What.
right. I like it. I like the team. But let everybody know how they can keep up with the team. Instagram, Twitter, how they can stream the music, get the album, and learn more about this duo that's sitting in front of me.
On all social networks, you can follow us, tweet us at handsup, HANDSUP 410. Our website is handsup410.com, and we have the King EP on iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, all digital outlets right now.
Yeah. So make sure you guys go ahead, follow them at handsup410. It's the pretty girl Tiara LaNiece. I appreciate you guys for stopping through.
Thank you.
Fresh Friday right here on DTLR Radio. So won't rock on you.